Hi team. Today we will discuss about, or rather I will talk about how to sell your client to the candidates. This topic is very important as a recruiter because you are supposed to convince the candidate to appear for the interview with your client. I'm saying interview and not join because joining is depending on various factors. When the candidate and client get to know each other, that is the time the possibility of candidate joining will increase. So in the beginning, your focus should be to sell the client to the candidate, to arise his interest in the company should be, you need to make him curious about the company. You need to tell him that, uh, tell in such a way that candidate says, okay, let me at least attend the interview. Okay, so you are not a recruiter, you are a salesperson for the client. That's very important point to remember. Now, what is the role of the recruiter? Overall, I'm talking about, as you say, you're a brand ambassador of our client. If you yourself are not happy with the company you're working for, you cannot talk excitedly about the company, right? You cannot talk with conviction about the company, right? And that might be felt by the candidate in the talk, that you are just talking monotonously, you are talking without much of life in your call, and he will realize that you are just going through the motions and you're not really trying to sell the company. Then the candidate will get that vibe from your call, and he may take it more casually and will not respond. Also, you need to provide authentic information, and to provide the authentic information, you should know what about more about the company. Then only you can give the authentic information. And you need to understand the JD completely. Now this is, I don't have to tell this to the recruiters, but particularly in India, the kind of recruiters we get, they just go through keyword searches or keywords, and they try to match the JD with the keywords, and they don't do in-depth study of the JD. And then that is where you see wrong candidate getting interviewed for the wrong position, or lots of, I would say, ridiculous things happen in the recruitments, and it is not productive. So your role is brand ambassador of the company. You need to talk to the candidate in such a way that candidate is excited to at least get interviewed by the company, and that can only happen if you are giving the authentic information and you know the JD completely. Okay. Now, first thing about this is, how do you provide authentic information? You can only provide authentic information if you care to study the company website properly. So whenever you start working on the position, you should first study the website properly. And in the on the company website, first go and check about us. Look at what is the company, who formed the company, what is the history of the company, what is the success company got, what are the timelines when they got achieved the milestones, has company got any awards, what is the funding, what is the revenue of the company, what is the unique selling proposition of the company. The USP is a little bit old, but I know that is still used. So why, any company when it's uh, providing services or products, they need to provide some value to the customer, and companies try to sell that we stand for this is our vision, this is our mission, this is our product, why our product is good, why our services are good. Then they want to tell that we are good. Why? Because our clients are saying we are good. So they would have the client recommendations, they will have some news about them. If the company is a market leader in the industry, or it's an upcoming company founded by some good, uh, uh, I would say, engineers or industry experts, they form together and they form the company, so that you get to form in the news section. Then you have to go and check the LinkedIn company page. LinkedIn company page will tell how many employees they have on LinkedIn. Not all employees are there on LinkedIn, but overall you get what is the company size. More important, who are the founders, what is their background, what they achieved in their corporate career, what is the selling point, because you cannot attract the candidate to join any company, right? So unless you know about the company, you cannot tell. So these are the things you need to notice uh, about the company. Then you have to make your talk, and all this information you cannot just tell him like this is the company and blah blah blah. You have to actually pepper your call with this information wherever you find it is right time to provide this information. So first you need to understand about the company, what is the success history, which market they are into, what are their products, what is all this information. Mo- Only you don't have to read about the company on the website, you have to do the Google search, because now there are company reviews also. Now when you put company name, you get to know their Glassdoor reviews, some other reviews. From the reviews you get to know if there are many people appreciating company on Google local, or let's say on Glassdoor, or there are other such employer review websites. You can get information about the company, right? Then then for you also you feel okay, this seems to be a good company, and now I have enough information to talk to the candidate. You cannot buy, you cannot wrote, or you cannot just memorize this. You just need to understand what are the selling points, how I will sell this to the candidate. And you cannot, just just parrot that in your call, right? Okay, so first make your sales pitch about the company as if you are selling the company to the company's client. It's called 30-second elevator pitch. So within 30 seconds you have to tell why your venture is worth investing, something like that, right? Then we have to think from the candidate's perspective, why candidates should join. Now if you understand candidates want growth in terms of salary, growth in terms of job title, responsibilities, competitive compensation structure as per the industry standard in that country or at a global level. So you need to know what is the salary structure. Besides salary structure, what are the HR benefits? What are the stock options given? Is company having any special mention about how they help people to grow within the company, right? And many a times companies are awarded great place to work, or some recognition is given for their work culture. So unique offering, companies, right, this is unique about our company, this is what we are only doing it. So that also you need to remember. So salary structure, HR benefits, what are the points, think as if you were the candidate and why you would join this company. Those points you try to understand. If you don't have the information, ask the client, or ask our account manager who is dealing with the client, I want this information. Then you develop a sales pitch accordingly. There will be two parts of your sales pitch. One is about the company and why the candidate should join in terms of, okay, they are whatever salary they are offering. So the company information and the benefits of joining this company in terms of hard figure like salary, and HR and cultural things. Maybe companies provide some educational facilities. They sponsor the education of the person, loan facilities, some vacation benefits. Lots of such things are there. And nowadays, to get good talent, companies are spending lots of things, spending lots, or they're having huge budgets, because it's all about people ultimately. If you have a good candidate, sorry, good employee, that employee will be productive, and you will earn more profit on that employee or the team of people what you are, right? So this is very important. And then what is the process when you talk to the, this is so again I'm repeating, know the company, know the benefits. Remember that you are not a postman or you're not a receptionist, right? I always tell this, that we need to talk to the candidate. They should feel that this recruiter is knowledgeable. He has all the information about the client, and this recruiter is not just passing the just a letter to you as a postman, right? Or taking the letter from you to give to the company. You are salesperson. You are not a recruiter. You are selling the company to the candidate, right? After this, the candidate, he feels, and more knowledgeable you appear, candidate feels, okay, this recruiter seems to be good. He has all the information. Maybe the company is also good. Let me give it a try. So more knowledgeable, more passionate you sound to the candidate, chances of candidate responding to your email about the clients are more. There are more chances. Okay, so that's how it is. Now what is the process now? Our objective is to tell the candidate about the company, excite the candidate about the company, and get his resume. But you don't have to do it in a way. I would say don't try to submit the resumes fast. Please ensure that candidate has done thorough thinking, proper thinking about the company, and then he's replying. So always tell the candidate, this I tactic I use. do one thing. I tell the candidate, don't go by what I'm saying. Take one day of your time, and I will send you a mail with the job description. You do your own research. Think whether this company, I tell, think whether this company will look good on your profile 5 year down the line. So if you feel that 5 year down the line, I would be okay, or it would be good to have this kind of employer on my profile, on my resume, then you come back. So what happens? Candidate feels we are not being pushy salesperson, aggressive salesperson. We are allowing them to think on their own. We are not pushing them, because anyway, you, even if you push, the candidate will not respond. And if he feels that you are a pushy salesperson, he will say, okay, I'll reply, and he will never reply to your emails or calls. So always take a stand. It's your career, your life. You decide whether you want to reply or not. But I feel the company is good. I gave you all the information. Send him the JD. Then tell him, after you think, take you 1 or 2 days time. I'm not in a hurry, because one day is nothing in recruitments, right? So, and then tell them to respond on the email, because the process of mailing the JD and getting the written response or email response is very important. There is some kind of commitment is created, because he responded that I'm interested. If he tells you, this is typically for Indian candidates, not for global level, that if you talk to them verbally on phone, then he says, okay, okay, I'll send me a mail, I'll respond. And many times it happens they don't respond, because you're not sold him the company properly. You also appear very casual. Recruiter, he also takes you, he also behaves like a casual candidate. Then tell them, okay, no, no, you think your time, take, and then get them response. Wait for 2 days, 3 days. And it has been my experience and our team's experience. If the candidate is really interested, after 1 or 2 days, he replies. If he's late, he says, sorry, I'm busy, but he replies. And you get signals that this candidate is not taking your calls or not responding to your WhatsApp, text. Then after 1 to 2 attempts, you feel, you should feel that signal. No response is also a communication. If he is not responding to you, or she is not responding to you after 2 3 messages, let it be, find some other candidate. Because if even it happens in my case that maybe once somebody messages me on email, sends me email or message on WhatsApp, if I'm in a hurry, I'll just see the message, I'll not respond. But I send in my mind I need to respond, but sometimes it's totally impossible. So again, that person, suppose he sends me another email, hey Rakesh, what happened? Or the person again pings me on WhatsApp. That is the time I say, hey, sorry, I'm supposed to reply to you, and I reply. But if the person doesn't reply to your email after 2 3 follow-ups, simply let it go. Find new candidates, right? No candidate is irreplaceable. There are always other candidates which you can find. Okay, and after the candidate responds, that you talk to him, you gave him the information, you told him, please take your decision, you do follow up, the candidate replies by email. Again, talk to the candidate. Tell them, okay, I hope you are seeing the company. What do you feel about the company? What's your opinion about the company? Do you have any doubts? Are you comfortable with the skill sets? Anything which you feel you are not comfortable with? And are you really interested? Will you attend the interview on time? And then he says, yes, yes, I'm interested. And then if the candidate is really interested, he says, no, no, I read about this company like this, and it seems it's a good company. You get to see from his tone, he talks a little bit more. And some candidates who are casual, they say, yeah, yeah, you send the CV, I will uh, I will see. That there it should be a red alert in your mind that candidate is casual, and ask him, you know, are you really serious about the position? Otherwise, it's okay, you drop. We don't mind, because we don't want to waste your time. Don't say you want to waste your time you don't want to waste. If it's better, if you have any doubt, it's better you drop it down. The candidate who's really interested, he says, no, 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 please attend the interview, we'll see from that. And then, because you talked to him twice, he replied to the email after follow-up. So there is three communication, two calls and one email. Now there might be fourth call also if the client is giving any assessment, online assessment. Sometimes they ask us to record the calls, so you have to record the call. That is another step. But that step will come after the candidate is convinced to apply for the company. Then you can ask him to attend any online assessment or record the call, video call, as per the need of the client, and then submit the resume, the required details, whatever format, plus assessment if anything, and send it to the client. But always remember, you are a salesperson and you are not a recruiter who just does the recruitment process coordination. That is the point you need to remember. To become a very good recruiter, recruiters are salespeople, and you need to learn sales skills. Okay, that is very important. And there is one more point which is at the end, is Develop your sales skills as a recruiter. Always remember, as a recruiter, you are selling the company to the candidate. We have lots of Udemy courses, paid courses they are given to you. We have LinkedIn Learning subscription. There are some recommended courses are there. If not, ask me again. And then there are lots of articles we have saved in our training folder. You can read through those and listen to recorded audio calls of our senior recruiters, so you know how to talk to the candidates. You can listen to my calls also, which are recorded. So this way, you should focus as a recruiter on your improving your sales skills, because they are very important skills. Every job is a sales actually, but sometimes recruiters have emotion that I'm a recruiter, I'm not a salesperson. No, everybody is a salesperson. You sell your ideas, you sell your company, you sell your product, you sell your service. Every employee is actually a salesperson of the company. Okay, so please gain that sales attitude, and you will be a great recruiter in the long term. Thank you. I hope you find this useful in your day-to-day operations.